Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, we got the boy Nexpo with disturbing things from around the internet, volume 15.
Sorry. Volume 15. I was just chiming in.
I think you did. I'm like, what you swinging for?
Oh, because it was like a piece of land.
Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
It's down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
I highly appreciate that, man. But hey, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Babe, my feet can be right here.
Oh, take them over there. You see where I got you?
But then I'm going to be turned this way.
But take them over there. Not over.
I have to turn this way.
Take them
I
over.
feel like you spread eagle.
Spread the eagle.
You got your legs spread it all open.
Hold on. What you... Chill. Let's go, man. We're supposed to be a serious video. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's get it, y'all. Let's check it out and see what it's about.
And click on the weather. Sign up for your severe forecast alert.
And whenever dangerous weather is about to strike, you'll get a warning on your pager.
Cable premieres goes south of the border to the location of the new HBO movie Double Crossed.
Shadyside, Ohio, devastated by a flash flood. Death, injuries, many missing.
We have two tales of terror and death to tell you tonight from two different parts of the world.
Authorities in Stockton are on the lookout for an arsonist who set 3 separate fires this morning.
Inside, small pine boxes containing 45-inch steel caskets to be placed in cement crypts.
The World Wide Web. A void unquantifiable. An endless frontier full of wonder, discovery, and mystery. From 3D games engrossed in urban legends to some of the most disturbing archival insights into the human mind, the internet has it all. You just have to venture out a bit to find its dark side. In the early days of YouTube, a channel entered the digital space. It was titled MOSB46PGH, and it served as a hub for home videos uploaded by a man named George Sadini. He hasn't uploaded in a while, but we'll get to why later. What we need to know now is that this man lived a seemingly simple life, sharing videos of him talking to the camera and giving his viewers an inside look into his home. It is, by every measure, a product of early YouTube, a reminder of an era in which content was much simpler and innocuous than it is today. While at a cursory glance, nothing about George's content seems all that strange, it's when we really begin to dissect what exactly it is that he says and alludes to where things become a bit weird. Take a look.
My car is an 07 Altima. I paid $79,000 for this in 1996. That's considered a lot, believe it or not. Okay, we're approaching the door. Open it up. Oh, someone left it unlocked. That's not good. Inside, okay. Here's my big screen TV. 32-inch. It's my computer. Let me pan out a little bit.
First off, you may be noticing a pattern here. George continuously makes passing references to the allure of his personal items. He states his vehicle's price. He shows us his 32-inch big screen TV, and it's become clear that this video is meant to boast. But why?
Computer is connected to the stereo, which I listen to my MP3s and everything else. Pan to the other side. Speakers on each side are large. They double as end tables. Okay, couch and chair, they match. The woman will really be impressed. Okay, come over here. There's some reading material that we're all familiar with. Come out here through the dining room. I just bought this. Dining room set.
He is somewhat kind of braggadocious. He was talking about, this is my 07 Altima. I don't know what time of the recording, but the car looks brand new. Or so it's at least one. Again, the time period. Don't know when, you know what I'm saying, but fairly newer Nissan Altima. At that time, Nissans were like a high staple car. Talking about the house. Bought this house in 96. 79, that's a lot of money then, which at that time, yeah, it was a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? My big screen TV, everybody didn't have a mega 80-inch TV back in the day. The average household had a 32, but it was a 32 flat screen. You know what I'm saying? Don't know the time. Is it a time where everybody still had box TVs or something? Or is in that transitional period? But he's showing you more materialistic things about his life. You know what I'm saying? To put a value of something.
Sodini pans down to his table after making a remark about women being impressed, to which we can see a stack of documents and 2 curious novels. How to Date Young Women for Men Over 35 and Body Language Secrets. Interesting. As we continue to scan through his videos, it becomes abundantly clear that George carries an undying fixation towards women. He's a man who hasn't been with a partner in God knows how long, and he seems to be persistently trying and failing at dating women much younger than he. It's clear that he's faced rejection multiple times before, evident by his books and lack of awareness that monetary wealth doesn't necessarily equate to attractiveness. In essence, these videos show that he's painfully out of touch.
What you gonna say?
I said, but he thinks so. That's why he's putting prices on everything, showing you all these materialistic things. Thinking
a lot of dudes think that's the case, though. A lot of guys.
And if it does attract a woman, it's not going to attract the right woman or want you for you.
But then they be like, "Oh, women are gold diggers." But when you present.
That's what you're leading with.
So
obviously, that's all you have to offer. So, like, what else do you expect?
You lead with a lifestyle. Don't be expecting people not to take advantage of the lifestyle you leading with. Like, that's what you're asking for, right?
Be smart.
No, that's not what I'm asking for. Well,
that's don't lead with that.
And while he would only ever upload just 2 videos to his channel during its short tenure, he would later crop up in other areas across the net. Throughout the years, George would carve out his own little corner of the internet. He would host a website called georgesodini.com, and at first glance, it's most of what you'd expect from an early 2000s website. It carries a simple layout, his name and location, various photos from his life. It was a humble virtual abode that resembled the countless other personal websites out there, and for a while, there was never anything suspect about it. Curiously though, sometime in 2008, a new webpage would silently crop up. And it's a simple link, titled Life or Death. My birth and death dates. Take a guess. For any unsuspecting user online, this might come off as some sort of random guessing game. Admittedly, the internet had seen much weirder shit by this point in time. However, I wanted to bring up this page specifically because the date of death question here actually contains a correct answer. You see, George Sedini isn't exactly a good person, and what lies behind this otherwise simple question is a glance into the mind of a man deeply disturbed. George, by this point, was planning something, and not a single person who knew him had any idea about it. On the night of August 4th, 2009, George had made his way to the LA Fitness in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. Earlier that day, he had visited twice to look around, yet this time, he had something with him. He entered the gym with a duffel bag at 7:56 p.m., and after checking in, he made his way to the gym studio that was in the midst of kicking off their nightly aerobics class. Thereafter, he walked in, cut the lights, grabbed two 9mm pistols, and fired 36 shots into the crowd. The scene was a complete nightmare. Screams echoed throughout the air. Victims began to flee in a frenzy. Nobody ever expects this. Amidst the chaos, Sedini grabs a .45 caliber revolver from his bag, and during the next few seconds, he holds it to his head and takes his own life.
Police left the scene here at the LA Fitness in Collier Township, just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the early morning hours today. They have been investigating a shooting that took place shortly after 8 o'clock on Tuesday. They say a man walked into an aerobics classroom where more than 20 people were taking a class and opened fire.
That night, 3 women had died and 9 others were injured in what can only be described as one of the most disturbing and heartless acts of violence that I have ever read about. Young adults, mothers, and fathers were all there just to get a workout, to make themselves happier and more physically fit. Yet it was all shattered by an intensely depraved man. Like we touched on, all of this was premeditated long before it happened. And the date of the tragedy, August 4th of 2009, would, as you'd expect, unlock an entirely new and secret layer of Sedini's website. Why do this to young girls? Just read below. Moving into Christmas again. No girlfriend since 1984. Last Christmas with Pam was in 1983. Who knows why? I'm not too ugly or too weird. No sex since July of 1990 either.
You said, who knows why? I'm not ugly or too weird. But to come up with all this, bro, you're weird.
Very much so.
And they like you're too much in your own head, bro.
Something's not right.
But yeah, you are weird. That's the reason why you got issues.
Over 18 years ago. For months, George objectified and chronicled his struggles with women. He expressed a growing frustration with how he couldn't get them to like him. He documents his pent-up rage and hatred towards those that could find love. And he even mulls over his so-called exit plan for nearly a year. I took off today, Monday, and tomorrow to practice my routine and make sure it's well polished. I need to work out every detail. There's only one shot. Also, I need to be completely immersed into something before I can be successful. I haven't had a drink since Friday at about 2:30. Total effort needed tomorrow is the big day. I talked to my neighbor today, who's very positive and upbeat. I need to remain focused and absorbed completely. Last time I tried this in January, I chickened out. Let's see how this approach works.
Oh, that's crazy.
When you talk to their families and their friends, you can see their sadness, feel their grief, and that inability to understand why this happened. But each also felt as if their loved ones deserved not to be remembered for the way they died, but for how they lived.
On that fateful night, the lives of Heidi Overmeyer, Elizabeth Gannon, and Jody Billingsley were needlessly ripped from them, forever shattering their families' lives in one of the worst acts imaginable. It's horrifying to think that something as simple as a workout can turn into a situation so deadly, and I cannot even fathom the panic that unfolded thereafter. George Sudini was a man who carried unbridled hatred and jealousy, and looking into his website and YouTube channel gives us an eerie glance into his life. I truly hope that today the victims' families are holding up okay. Although I cannot even imagine the void that's been left in all of their hearts. Never again will this monster walk the earth, though, and I hope that at the very least, grants them a sliver of solace.
But even though we put it like that never again will this monster walk this earth, you still got 3 innocent souls who will never get the chance to walk the earth again as well. Mm-hmm. And like I always say, if you feel that you on that level, just do it to yourself. Nobody else have, like, you hate being here, okay, do something about it to yourself or whatever.
Not going out hurting innocent people that have nothing to do with your life, don't know you at all. Just, what's the reason?
You hating the world for whatever insecurities that you hold within yourself. Yeah. That's a personal problem. Ain't got shit to do
with no one else.
Now single soul that don't know you, bro. These women could have been married, could have had family, kids. They're not looking at you, bro. You are, like you said, I'm not weird. Yes, you are. You are. You embody everything that's weird.
To do all of this planning for a year or more, or however long, just everything. It's weird.
And how about instead of, I don't know the man, but people like, instead of trying to just pursue women, how about just pursue friendships? Socialize and find you a group of people you can connect to, and then maybe through that you can be able to find you somebody that's for you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not about, let me just go out to the bar and let me go scout for women. Not now single soul. How about, like, let me go join a book club. Let me join a fitness club. Let me join some kind of group at work. Hey, can we start a fantasy football league or something? Start socializing. That leads you to the direction of what you. But you so weird and caught up in your own fixation and in your own head, thinking you can figure it out. Sad, bro. Innocent lives, no reason. Don't even know you.
Devastating earthquakes can and do happen all over the world. But here in the United States, we can greatly reduce fatalities by being prepared. And that can start with understanding earthquakes themselves.
Everybody loves a good time. Whether you're young or old, the excitement of enjoying yourself is a special part of life.
It's a homeland rivalry. The Oakland A's are visiting the San Francisco Giants for Game 3 of the World Series, and the crowd is, understandably, fired up. At the helm of the ABC Sports broadcast that day are sports commentators Al Michaels and Tim McCarver, and the pair open the day by going through stats and predictions for the upcoming game. For the entire opening sequence, everything seemed to be business as usual. That is, until they're met with an unexpected surprise.
Second base, so the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we're having an earth.
All those people that I think I have heard of this.
At this moment, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake tears through San Francisco, causing this broadcast to go off air and sending millions into panic.
Emergency Center, what are you reporting?
There's a major gas leak on Freedom Boulevard.
Okay, where's the leak coming from?
Emergency Center, what are you reporting?
Regarding the earthquake, I'm wondering,
do you need police, fire, ambulance, sir?
Emergency Center, what are you reporting?
A house on fire.
What's on fire? What's on fire?
A house.
What's the address?
All we know is it's at the end of Comstock Hill Road, which runs on the deck.
It seemed to come out of nowhere. No warning, no signs, not even a single indication that the lives of millions would be changed in an instant. That day, the San Andreas Fault ruptured, causing a catastrophic earthquake called Loma Prieta. It was evoked by the Pacific Plate pushing vertically up and northwestward for a length of 6 entire feet at the epicenter. And while, on paper, it doesn't sound like a massive number, the damage it left behind spanned in the range of billions. The Nimitz Freeway encountered a total collapse. The San Francisco Bay Bridge split before drivers' eyes, and shopping malls and housing complexes crumbled to ruin.
We have an unofficial word, or it perhaps is official now, 7 people, we know 7 people have died in this crash, including the one, or in this quake rather, including the one when an old building south of Market collapsed on people in automobiles. And there is one other death too, perhaps one on the Bay Bridge when that section of it collapsed. But here trying to get people out of their homes, some injuries, perhaps just panic as well. And this, if it indeed is the big one that we've heard so much about, and people trying to do whatever they can to stop the fire, but part of the problem, obviously, is gas.
On the Nimitz Freeway, there once stood a section of road called the Cypress Street Viaduct. It was a multi-level concourse, and when it was built, over 160,000 vehicles reportedly passed over it every single day. Because of this section of highway resulted in the most severe casualties in the entire city. 42 out of 63 Loma Prieta deaths happened here, seemingly out of nowhere. Without even a second to react that day, the upper deck collapsed downward, crushing the cars on the lower level and causing a myriad of crashes above them. And the scene it left behind, with people, lives, families, children being helplessly trapped in a predicament like this, is absolutely heartbreaking. That day, nearly 4,000 landslides, a tsunami, 3,757 injuries, and 63 deaths were caused by this sudden catastrophe. And the most haunting part is, that number, paradoxically, would have been so much higher were the World Series not happening. Reportedly, rush hour traffic was not nearly as high as normal, since thousands left work early to watch the game at home. Had they been out on the roads instead, like they otherwise would have been, then the outcome of this earthquake may have been even worse than reality. To this day, Loma Prieta stands as the 3rd costliest earthquake in U.S. history, and in its wake are thousands of families that were uprooted forever. While the city has since banded together and rebuilt to reinforce structures in preparation for the inevitable next one, the harrowing events that took place back then will undoubtedly live on in infamy. The broadcasts, home videos, and damage reports from the incident are haunting and really drive home just how powerful Mother Nature can really be. Whether it's hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, blizzards, what have you, humanity is and always will be at the painful mercy of nature.
That's tragic, bro.
Yeah.
That's one thing I ain't gonna hold you. I am afraid of, man, because it's something that you can't prevent. Like the earthquake stuff, natural disasters can't be prevented. You can try to, I guess, properly plan for it, but like when you got cities like that, like there's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, it's bound to eventually one day in the future all be destroyed. And the more you keep trying to build and put, yeah, it's tragic, man.
It's definitely tragic. And like you said, natural disasters is out of our control. It's nothing
you can do to prevent it.
Yeah.
Are there people in your life that exemplify the essence of courage to you? What about for fearful children who just need an extra push? Yeah, don't be afraid. It's going to be okay. I think it's great.
The night is unremarkable. Jacob and Sarah Henderson have just put down their 5 and 7-year-old daughters to bed. It's quiet. Time to wind down. A night like any other. The family has lived here, nestled in the small town of Maybank, Texas, for years, and while they overall seemed content, Jacob had begun noticing something off. Sarah, for the past 2 weeks, has been having strange episodes. She seems to be scared of something, like someone stalking her, and it's only getting worse. Out of nowhere, Sarah breaks the silence of this otherwise ordinary night, again freaking out about something inexplicable. And so, worried for his wife and hopeful that the two can get some help, Jacob dials 911. Seemingly at his wit's end.
CMS, this is Patricia.
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering if I could get somebody to come out here and check my wife out.
Okay, tell me exactly what's going on.
My wife, she's like, something's going on with her.
Okay. Can you describe what's going on? The symptoms?
Like she's freaking out like somebody's out to get her.
Okay, give us just one moment.
But she won't listen to me. You won't talk to me.
Don't hang up. Stay on the line with me, okay?
So?
I'm good. I'm good.
No, you're not.
Yes, I'm okay.
You're not good.
Okay, are you with the patient now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how old is the patient?
29.
Is she awake? Okay, I promise.
Yes, ma'am.
Is she breathing?
Yes, ma'am. She's saying she's alright now. She's saying she's fine now.
Okay, we can still have them come out and check her out, okay? Okay, does she have a weapon?
No, ma'am.
Where is she right now?
Right here in front of me.
I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next. If it's safe to do so, observe her continuously. If it's safe to do so, protect her from herself.
Okay.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Okay, well, like I said, she said she's fine now.
Okay, well, they're still on their way, and they can check her out when they get there, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I do, but I can't remember the details.
We didn't watch so much. You probably seen this one. I don't think
another one.
I've never seen this though. I don't think. We say that a lot though. But you never know.
As we could hear, Sarah had a sudden change in demeanor. Whatever strange behavior she was exhibiting before this call had vanished. She was fine, she claimed, and this whole fiasco was nothing but a big misunderstanding. Everything is fine. Jacob jolts awake, and something is wrong. His wife isn't next to him. They're screaming in the next room. And once he comes to and makes his way out into his darkened living room, he's met with a scene straight out of a nightmare.
Henderson County 911.
Yes. My wife just shot her kid.
Okay, is this Jacob?
Yes.
Okay, what is your wife's name?
She's trying to commit that now. She's trying to choke herself. Why do you keep grabbing your neck?
What is her name, sir?
Sarah Henderson.
Sarah Henderson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and how old are the children?
7 and 5.
And they're in the bedroom?
Huh?
Are they in the bedroom, sir?
No, they're in the living room.
They're in the living room and they're not breathing?
No.
Were you home when she did this, or did you just get home?
I was asleep.
You were asleep?
Yes.
And you have the weapon now, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Okay.
God forgive me, please.
Are there any other weapons in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Does she have access to them, or are you keeping her from doing that?
No, I'm trying to.
Okay, sir, we do have help on the way, okay? We have an ambulance headed that way, as well as officers, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you need to...
Stay on the line, shorty.
No.
Okay.
Why did I do that, babe?
I don't know.
She's not trying to leave or anything, correct?
What's going on here, Jay?
Nothing's going on. That's why I tried telling you. She keeps saying somebody's after her. There's nobody after her. There's nothing. She keeps saying people are coming. There's nobody even here.
What? What, babe?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm lost, babe.
I'm still here, Jacob, okay?
Yes.
Looks like the officers may be pulling up right now. Do you see them outside?
Jimmy's not here.
Okay, well, I'll let you go now, okay, so you can open the door.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
So sad.
I would stay on that call till the officers came in.
A shocking case, a mother in jail right now, accused of killing her 2 young daughters. One little girl was 7, the other just 5. The shooting happened this morning 62 miles southeast of Dallas, outside the town of Payne Springs. Rebecca Lopez is there with details.
That night, Sarah Henderson had taken the lives of her 2 daughters, Kaylee and Kinley. And throughout this call, we can hear her stating things that make no sense at all. She asks her husband why she didn't. She inquires on what's happening. It seems at first that she had no idea what exactly she had just done. Following this call, Sarah Henderson was arrested and charged at the Henderson County Jail with capital murder after confessing to the crime. Because of her erratic behavior, she was placed on suicide watch. However, during her interrogation, she admitted something that gave authorities pause. It's unclear if she ever truly thought that someone was out to get her that night, because as it turned out, she admitted to having premeditated the entire thing. For 2 whole weeks, Sarah had planned to take the lives of her children. Children who were oblivious, who were going to school, playing outside, who had no idea that their lives would end on that fateful night. Since this incident, Jacob Henderson has divorced Sarah, who remains locked away in prison. As it stands, she's set to spend the rest of her life behind bars and has no possibility ever for parole. According to one of their family members, the loss of Kaylee and Kinley will forever pain them because things like this don't just go away. These kids loved their mother and likely did until the moment she ripped their lives from them. A loss like this doesn't heal with time, they claimed. Our family is broken.
R.I.P. to those 2 young girls, man. They did not deserve that. Do you think it's 100% was premeditated, or like not? Did she really like kind of put on that she was having these mental? Because that's what she was.
Yeah, I don't. Especially since it seemed like it just started out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? As far as like
the whole
and you say you had been planning for 2 weeks, so it probably was part of your plan to kind of like
that's insane.
And then
though,
you getting up in the middle of the night. Y'all supposed to be asleep. You up in the middle of the night.
But if she was experiencing paranoia, that happens.
Yeah,
though.
it happens, but we can't say, can we?
Yeah, true.
I can only go off of what you say.
True. It just.
But why would you take your little girl's life? It makes no sense.
It makes none whatsoever, man. I just think that's so like.
But definitely.
R.I.P. man. I know that's.
Rest in peace to Kaylee and Kinley. That is sad though.
How does a family how does a family heal from something like that? Which
Facts.
is, and I guess they weren't Jacob's kids. Cause he didn't say she killed our kids. She killed her daughters. I'm saying the way he put it, I don't know if they're his kids as well, because he said she killed her daughters.
Mm.
That's the way he put it in the verbiage. But I don't know.
Getting in shape and you're looking like this, then I'm gonna get you with the Kodak disc. And sure as shooting, I'm not gonna miss. I'm gonna get you with the Kodak disc.
Reddit.com. Where millions congregate. An expanse where you can find community surrounding just about any topic you can think of. Creepy games, things you can just barely remember, and even a place to investigate. On the evening of December 9th, 2024, a post would grace the RBI2 subreddit. It comes from a Super Heat Ran 2, and it has a simple backstory. Terrifying film found at a thrift store. I found this film photo at my thrift store inside of an old Kodak carousel box. Alright, so before we continue, I'd like to state that the image accompanying this post is one of the eeriest, most disturbing, and most mysterious photos that I have ever seen. It's something that gave me pause the first time I saw it, because this can't be real, can it? I'm going to have to censor it, but I'm sure you'll get the idea. This is the OP's photo. It depicts a body haphazardly thrown into a corner, in such a mess that you can't even make out the position the person is even placed in. Darkened blood covers the floor, the walls, the bed. If this is real, then it's pretty damn convincing. To my eye, we're looking at a murder scene. However, why was this found stuffed within a Kodak box? And what the hell happened here?
You said we have?
I thought so. Yeah.
I
or it's just a whole different one. It could just
ain't
be some,
no telling, bro. Because
I can't remember what the other one that we know. I can't remember what was on it.
Also, I can't remember that Facebook group that I always randomly come across. It has some of the most gruesome crime scene photos that you will ever see in your life. That's where I seen the one where the Rotten Mango case we did, where did they adopt her, but the girl that they invited into her home ended up killing their kids, and it's like she beat them so bad. Yeah. That's where I seen that gruesome photo from. I seen a gruesome photo of Gypsy Rose, her mom. So how she did her mom. Honestly, after seeing that crime scene photos, after seeing the crime scene photos of that whole situation, I don't think she should be she should be free. Me personally, when you actually get the photo evidence of certain crimes, I think it does change your mind in a lot. Just to see how because you remember that, right? The crime scene. Did it change your mindset? Like, even though I know she went through a lot in life.
Yeah.
But actually seeing the crime scene, I'm like, ain't no way in hell y'all gave her an out date. And I think sometimes people actually need to physically see those type of things to be like, ain't no way in hell certain people get an out date. No way in hell these people should be walking amongst freely your average citizen. Even the one with the Rotten Mango, there's no way. That was fucking, like, when you see that image, that is fucking insane, bro.
Yeah.
There is an account on Facebook that you can see a lot of gruesome crime scenes, high profile cases and stuff like that.
Hello everyone. Sorry, I'm on my phone. Here's what I did. When I saw the photo, I was curious and pointed into a contrast area to look at it, and my body jolted. I didn't buy the Kodak carousel. I just took the photo and went outside. I went to another store next door and called the non-emergency line, describing what I saw and that I felt like it was genuine. They told me they're sending an officer when available. They didn't have an ETA. I'm waiting in my car as of now. As you'd expect, commenters were morbidly intrigued. It was unanimously agreed that calling the cops was the right call. However, some suggested for them to post it in various missing persons subreddits. If this were real, then it just might help in some unsolved case out there. Aside from a few minor interactions on their post, the OP never gave a substantial update again. They handed everything over to the police and abandoned their account, forever leaving this mystery wide open for online speculation.
That's insane. So it makes me want to consider the authenticity of
I know it's just a photo, but this is genuinely one of the creepiest that I have ever seen. It's a window into someone's life, and it's enveloped in absolute mystery. To this day, there's been zero movement on this case. No follow-ups from the OP. All we're left with is this intensely disturbing discovery. Completely dead in the water. So, who is this? Who is the body in the photo? To that question,
we may never know. We may never know.
Why next month? You gotta do all that. It don't scare me. It's creepy.
It's creepy.
But yeah, RIP to if that is real, RIP to the individual, and I wish and I hope that the family of the victim is able to get some type of answer. But you never know.
How the police was even able to get anything?
You really can't get nothing from a photo, but
or try to
possibility of trying to identify them. But if it looks that gruesome, how you gonna be able to track anything? Because those sheets were like typical sheets from the 90s.
Well, it won't even give you anything really for real. Because, I mean, if a crime scene happened, that's already was taken care of. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of finding out who did it, or were you able to link it to something that was already solved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it wouldn't be answered though, because it's too much like up in the air with it.
Yeah.
It's November 11th of 2009, and a YouTube channel is born. It belonged to a 19-year-old man named Nick Stauzenberger, and it had a simple premise. Nick would upload a handful of seemingly random videos, a room tour, random skits, vlogs from his daily life.
There I go, bolting off to answer the phone. Really bad with action poses, as you can tell. Maybe I should have put some action lines like whoosh, 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 but...
Interestingly, Nick was an eccentric character. He constantly went on record about how poor his living conditions were, much to his own doing. He would never brush his teeth. He would never shower. He hated his parents, and everything about his life seemed entirely parasitical.
Morris. What? All right, I'm trying to film the cat. Morris.
Throughout his videos, we would learn that Nick had a half-sister named Amber, someone who he'd play games and have stick fights with. And while it's a bit strange for someone his age to be having stick fights, it would pale in comparison to his online activity before and after this blip in his life.
Remember this one?
You remember the detail?
Not the local stuff.
There's so many people. So I'm trying to think.
A few years prior, Nick would correspond with a girl he met online named Anna. Having connected through a role-playing forum, the two had begun dating in 2006, constantly chatting about their personal lives and engaging in role-playing. Curiously though, as the months went on and Nick's trust in Anna had grown, he would eventually admit something equal parts disgusting and illegal. You see, Nick had extremely depraved interests and a self-admitted attraction to children. I can't show you every message here, but on this day, directly to Anna, he admitted to sexually assaulting his half-sister, Amber. Keep in mind that this was the same girl he had stick fights with, the same girl who he can be seen towering over in her birthday video. Nick Stautzenberger is a predator, and his victim was living directly under the same roof as he.
That's some sick ass shit.
No, I thought it was another case. I don't remember this.
After this confession, word spread throughout Nick's circle fast. One by one, his girlfriend Anna and everyone acquainted with him would sever ties from him, and Anna would even hand this chat log to the police. Yet it would, frustratingly, lead nowhere. On his website, called Tales of the Nick, he would chronicle this chapter of his life, along with just about every other thought that's popped into his mind for years. And on a multitude of—
Bro, look at this. Tales of the Nick, mostly involving butts and Kentuckys.
In existence.
Like,
what are we talking about? Like, huh?
his journal entries, we can spot him expressing disdain for being ostracized by everyone that knew him. Even so, none of—
Why is it so hard to believe that I'm actually in love and not a creep? She's telling random people how much I suck and should be kicked in the jaw. Is that you? That's. I was like, what's that? Must be.
this bothered him more than being cut off by the one person that mattered to him most. And that was Anna. Nick would, over the next few years, begin to mention Anna more and more. In fact, he grew an eerie obsession over her, penning post after post about how she's his wife, how he's holding out hope that the two would get back together, and even going forth to create a blog dedicated specifically to her.
That's scary.
Entirely fed up and at her wit's end, Anna would disparage Nick on her own blog in April of 2009, expressing how creepy it is that Nick is going to such intense lengths to dig up her personal information, and how he deserves to have been cut off by everyone online. Even so, Nick not once ever found anything wrong with his behavior. He found nothing wrong with his open attraction towards those that could never give consent. And he found absolutely nothing wrong with what he was doing to his little sister behind closed doors.
Most creeps don't.
Effectively, this little girl was trapped, and for a while, it seemed like no one could do a single thing about it.
I said that. No, he ain't finna leave us right there.
It wouldn't be until 2015 when authorities would finally give this case the attention it deserves.
Damn.
In April of that year, a report was called in to the Manor Township Police about a sexual assault. Yet this time, it wouldn't be from Anna, but rather from Amber, his half-sister. A girl victimized by Nick for nearly a decade had silently gathered evidence against him. And on April 30th, Nick Stautzenberger would be arrested on 3 counts of indecent assault of a child and 1 count of involuntary deviant intercourse with a child. Reportedly, the situation inside their home was so bad that the assaults date back to when this girl was only 6 years old. In 2016, Nick was convicted and sentenced to 16.5 to 40 years in prison. Since then, he's appealed his sentencing twice, but was denied each time. The complete and utter rot of one's childhood. That is the only way I can describe the situation that Amber found herself ensnared in. The mental and emotional torments that Nick Stautzenberger unleashed upon her life had decimated what were supposed to be her formative years. And for the rest of her life, she'll have to carry this weight with her.
That's fast though, bro. That's sick. And in fact, somebody reported y'all didn't do shit.
Didn't do nothing. Nothing.
Amber's life is tragic. Yeah, we have only seen the tip of the iceberg, bro.
Yeah, I can only imagine, bro.
What you said, YouTube guidelines will not allow you to. Man, that's a whole nother thing in itself. And he do not need to come home.
What you said?
41. He still be young enough to prey on others.
The World Wide Web is vast, and within its darkest corners awaits some of the most unnerving content out there. Tonight, you and I dove into 5 more disturbing things from around the internet. I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you have any topic submissions, feel free to send them over to my new inbox at submit@nexpo.tv. Once again, that's submit@nexpo.tv. Thank you so much again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I love you all. And good night.
Bro, this should be so like. This one was a lot.
Yeah, most definitely.
And it was like this. You know what I'm saying? Just so many sick ass individuals though, bro. That last story. And like he said, tip of the iceberg. Like, it wasn't even... Just imagine,
what really went on under that roof.
And also, not even just that, how much evidence was really out there.
Yeah, that you can't even...
That he put out there his damn self.
And for nothing to be done until what? 6 years later. Was it 6 years later? Yeah, 6 years later. That, man. I hope she's doing.
I hope she's going through her healing process.
Yeah.
It's going to take her a long time to heal, but I hope that she is able to go through it and really come out on the other side as not as a victim, but a victor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, man, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about all these cases in the comment section down below for us. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar.